Hey guys, hope you're having a nice day, and let's go ahead and play Chromi at the Black Horse Bay. Damn, this is gonna be a... Wow, this is gonna be really hard to make Chromi work. So like maybe because of their team comp, I'm gonna go for like a lot more defensive builds than I otherwise would have. Because Chromi actually, like, she's a very versatile mage, right? She has a lot of different builds, which aren't very straightforward, I want to say, right? Because, like, let's say Li Ming, right? Whatever you choose to pick up on Li Ming, it mostly revolves around doing damage, right? At closer range, at longer range, with your orbs, with your magic missiles and whatnot. As Chromi, you can reveal people, you can time trap people, you can like temporal loop them, slow them. It's kind of like she's a very versatile mage. And probably a more interesting part about Chromi is that like when you think about most heroes in Heroes of the Storm, you are thinking like their effective range, right? So like you have most heroes can only hurt you within like, I don't know, half of the screen range, right? So like if I'm standing here, heroes from there can hurt me. If I'm standing there, heroes from here can hurt me, right? Chromi is a hero that can hurt you from outside the screen. So it's kind of crazy. Like if you don't know, like if you aren't familiar with Chromi, it can be very disheartening to play against her because you don't know how to play around it, right? Like you just have a ton of skill shots just killing you slowly, and it seems like there's nothing you can do about it. But there are definitely, wow, we are just getting demolished right here. This is kind of crazy. But there are definitely things that you can do to prevent Chromi from being effective. Like for example, whenever she uses her Dragon's Breath, she gets revealed for like a second. So like you can see that she used her Dragon's Breath, so you should react to that. And like if you're a hero like Medivh or Tessadar, you can try to pre-shield one of your allies to mitigate some of the damage she does, right? So obviously do that. Even if you don't predict where the Dragon's Breath lands, you'd still kind of try it, and that's kind of what counts for the most part, right? Also, whenever she uses her Sand Blast, she would always face towards the skill shot target, right? So if you are, like, if you just pay attention to Chromi all the time, you will always know what she's doing and who is she going to be attacking. So you can easily dodge her skill shots, unless she's standing like in the bush and casts Sandblast from it. That's where you have no idea that it's coming, and there is nothing you can do to dodge it, right? Yeah, so the cool things about Chromi is that she has different builds. So like, as I said before, she has extremely long range. Like, her range of effectiveness is just absolutely crazy. Like, you can stay all the way from outside the screen and just keep shooting skill shots on your enemies. And if that's what you're looking for, Chromi is probably the best hero to do this. Because, like, there are heroes that can also hurt other heroes from outside, from very long range, like Asmodee with his Infernal Globe, maybe Nova with her Precision Strike. But Chromi is the hero that does it the most consistently. Like every couple of seconds you have your skill shots available and you just send them out. Send them out, hope for the best. And there are definitely builds that can help you with that. For example, picking up Reaching Through Time is definitely like the way to go if you want to stay as far away from your enemies as possible. I'm gonna die anyway, yeah. I tried to juke Malsail there, but he didn't use his teleport ability. So he didn't hit my time trap when I was stalling. Like I stopped for a second so that he would use his teleport to try and body block me, and got caught in the time trap, right? But because he didn't do that, I ended up dying. So too bad, I guess. I'm gonna go for Chrono Sickness, by the way, for this game. Okay, so let me explain my talent choices right now. Well, I mean, wow. I mean, that's hilarious. So we went for Timewalker's Pursuit. It's not only good versus stealth heroes, it's just like revealing an area can be very helpful for when you want to contest an objective or something like that, or you want to grab a tower, anything like that. So that can definitely be good. And alternative, probably, like usually I go for the compounding Acer build for a little bit more consistency. Like you, right, you go compounding Acer, Bronze Talons, then you go Dragon's Eye, one of the ultimates, then I go either Timeout or Bye-Bye, depending on what type of survivability I need. If I believe in my team, like that they will like turn around and try to peel for me, I will definitely go Timeout. I will freeze myself for a second, let my team turn around, kill the enemies, and then I unfreeze and go. Bye-Bye can be very helpful though versus like if you feel like you are vulnerable and like there is no help coming, just pressing Bye-Bye might just save your life, because like Hearthstone cast time becomes like 1 second or something like that, so if you aren't getting stunned in that period or pushed away or something like that, you can easily save yourself. Timeout can kind of do the same thing, but you won't be teleported to your Hall of Storms and you won't be like healed up and safe completely, right? Then at level 14 I usually like versus a proper team, like if you have a tank, a healer and whatnot, you go for Shifting Sands, because you will be able to land a lot of your Sand Blasts over the course of the battle. But like in this scenario, for example, they have so many squishy assassins that going Shifting Sands won't get any value because they don't have the health pools to survive multiple Sand Blasts. So by the time I will stack up my ability power, it's going to be relevant. So for this game, I would definitely choose Quantum Overdrive for that instant 20% spell power increase. I'm going to go for Temporal Loop. They have lots of squishy assassins, and we can abuse that because they can't cleanse it, they can't do anything to prevent it from hitting outside from Tracer. So we can easily land it and get some damage done. So hopefully that's going to be great. And for this game, at level 7, I picked up Chrono Sickness, so I'm gonna pick up Andorhal Anomaly at level 20. And that way we would try to constantly time trap people. Like, just keep time trapping them and then try to kill them while they are slowed and just running through our traps and whatnot, right? And usually as Chromie, the way to kind of stay safe isn't really to react to your opponents, right? Like as other heroes, you try to dash out of the way, out of the kill shot and whatnot. Chromie can do that, she is very immobile, so you need to be anticipating. Like for example, when you're playing versus Zeratul and Illidan, and like let's say your team is fighting in this spot and you are standing here trying to trade some skill shots, just put down your time trap right here and stay close to it. That's how you save yourself. And like even like what's even better is if you already have a time trap set up, you will have another one after this one gets hit. So like Illidan gets trapped here, then I put another time trap here and I run this way. That way Illidan won't ever chase me down on Zeratul. So that's kind of how you want to stay safe as Chromie, for the most part. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Also, like a different build for Chromie, like there's like a more bursty build, like the biggest amount of damage, like within a second, you can ever do as Chromie is when you go for Deep Breathing and then you go for Dragon's Eye. Like that's the most burst damage you can ever do, like to follow up your Temporal Loop. But it's very inconsistent. Like even if you have a full team of heroes that enable Chromie, like you have your Varian, you have your, I don't know, maybe Zeratul for Avoid Prison, things like that. Even then, it's really hard to pull off the whole Deep Breathing and Dragon's Eye, because, I mean, enemies will still try to escape from you, right? So I definitely prefer this a little bit more consistent damage output throughout the fight. Like you either go Compounding Acer or Timewalker's Pursuit, then you focus on Bronze Talons and maybe Dragon's Eye. In fact, I usually prefer Dragon's Eye over Mobius Loop. Even though Mobius Loop is technically more DPS, Dragon's Eye is a lot more burst. And for the most part, it's just a straight up 20% damage increase, right? Like if you're gonna hit somebody with your Dragon's Breath, more likely or not, like 90% of the time you will hit them with like that center circle anyway. So you might as well give yourself that 25% extra damage, right? Because why the hell not? No, I'm not gonna follow up onto that kill. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why Malsail actually went full on to that. That's a dead Nova, but not much else would happen there, sadly. For this game, I would probably go for... Yeah, bye-bye seems like a better choice. They can't really... they can't really stop it, outside from Alarak maybe. So I probably can pull off some good escapes if I go for bye-bye. Tracer is actually, like, you might think that Tracer is a good counter to Chromie. I strongly disagree, because it's extremely easy to kill her. Like, to kill Tracer when you're playing Chromie. Like, if you land 2 skill shots onto her, she's like at 20% health, and then you just one auto attack with your Bronze Talons and she might as well be dead. So that's obviously... It can obviously be effective. Sadly, I don't have my Temporal Loop right now because I kind of wasted it on whatever I wasted it on. I think it was trying to kill... trying to kill Nova. Where did Tracer... Oh, there is Tracer. Oh my god, I actually used my ultimate, but it didn't hit. If I actually caught Tracer there, like, it would be a perfect moment to kill her, because she already blew her rewind, so she can't dispel it, right? And then she blew her auto, like, she just blinked away for no reason. Oh my gosh, kill her, team. Jesus Christ. It took so long for them to focus it out. Oh wow. Oh wow. But she played it as well as she could have, I think, Tracer. Well, she could have saved up one of her blink charges to try and escape from my Temporal Loop. Like, the moment it rewinds her, she would be able to use her blink to maybe escape one of my skill shots. But for the most part, it usually hits. So, like, that's definitely a risky move. You want your rewind to be available all the time when playing versus Chromie. Otherwise, you are just a very easy target to kill. Right? At level 18, gonna go for Andorhal Anomaly. I just want time traps. I just want as many time traps as I possibly can have, cause their team is just gonna kill me. And yeah, time trap is more than enough to like prevent yourself from dying, right? Okay. Well, that's fun. Well, that's one kill. Can we get some more? And that's another kill. Is it the Chromie carry time? I think it's Chromie carry time. Oh no, Tracer. Too much range. Too far away. Too far away. So I need to be kind of... Oh no, Nova is bottom. I thought that I need to be a little bit more careful about Nova because I had no idea where she was and I was kind of aggressively positioned, but since she was bottom it was a-okay. She went for one in the chamber double tap build. That's, by the way, enough to kill you as Chromie. Like when you try to escape with your bye-bye versus Nova with that build, she would actually kill you, so you need to be very careful. Like if she unloads all of her skill shots perfectly on you, it is enough time for her to kill you before you teleport out, right? So I need to be careful. I definitely need to be careful. Oh, Gul'dan now is under threat. I'm gonna try to... Nope, not gonna happen. He was really overextended, right? Like he was trying to push in for their keep when they had like all the vision and whatnot. That wasn't the great idea. The greatest idea, right? Also, I have 7 coins that I have yet to turn in. That might backfire. Let's reveal them. Can we get a... Oh no. I'm gonna just back out because I don't want to be there. But we did kill 2 people, which, I mean, that could have gone a lot worse, right? So now let's just spam our time traps all over the place. Constant time traps. That's what we are looking for here. I can kill the boss. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Alarak, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you messed up there, Alarak. Oh, Probius actually blew his ultimate onto this, and only 1 pylon. That's... yeah, that was interesting. I mean, it was extra damage, and we kind of needed it, but maybe like put more than one pylon. Maybe more than one pylon would help out.
Here be some fine booty.
So you just want to spam by putting just time traps all over the place around yourself. It means that whoever tries to engage you, they will be trapped for like at least 3 times. Like just complete time stop. So obviously it can shut down any sort of backdoor or like any sort of flank enemies are trying to pull off onto Chromie. Oh, if only she got trapped in those time traps, that would have been crazy. That Tracer would have been dead. Too bad you can only have 3 time traps, so could have been so fun. So fun to have more than... Oh yeah, Probius has shields, by the way. We need to utilize that. Also, time traps give you a little bit of vision, so use that to your advantage. At least try to. Always a good idea. Oh, it's an Alarak. I kind of wanted to fight that. It would have been actually kind of a good time, hopefully for us. But we finally stacked up our Timewalker's Pursuit. That means that we get 5% extra ability power. 5%. That's cool. I mean, usually you don't pick Timewalker's Pursuit for the damage. So getting some extra damage on top of whatever the hell else you get. Oh no. 3 people, too much. I wasn't able to escape also because there was Alarak engaging me, so even if I used my Heartstone earlier, he would have interrupted it with his telekinesis, right? So I had to try and maneuver through their skill shots and their attacks, but I just didn't have enough time to escape, sadly. Ironically. Oh my god, I'm doing like no damage, but I mean, I'm the only person killing people, so I think that's decent enough. It's just that it's really lame that we got this game of like just full-on assassins versus assassins. That's not where Chromie is strong. You definitely want to have a lot more poke phases rather than just all in all the time, right? That's not what Chromie is designed to do. Because I mean, she doesn't have escapes, right? So if somebody all-ins you, you are dead. And you have skill shots, really hard to hit skill shots in fact. So fighting versus Tracer versus Melsail versus Falstad, it's just not a great time. That wasn't great. That wasn't great. If not for the thing, Hinterland Blast, I would have survived there. But, I mean, that's not an excuse, right? That was my fault. Oh, if Corruption hit her. Gul'dan should have waited for a second longer before using his Corruption there. He could have killed her. He could have killed Tracer easily. But he kind of tried to clip her with his last hit of Corruption, and it takes a while to go there, right? Like it boom, boom, boom. So like if he tried to hit her with like the initial cast, she would have been dead. But oh well. Damn, it's not really working out too well in our favor too. Like even with our time trap build, we aren't really able to survive. Like by the time our time traps activate, like I see somebody, like I see the enemies, right? I try to put some time traps around me, but by the time I'm done, it's kind of like I'm already dead because they don't really need that much time to kill me, right? Time traps take 2 seconds to activate, and I die within a second, so that's not much I can do there. I just feel so useless this game. Like yes, I'm doing damage, but it's like, oh my, I should have Oh wow, good follow-up by Genji. Oh no, that was actually really freaking good. If Genji didn't follow up on that like that, oh. We are killing all of them though. Oh, that's the fight we needed. He will die though too. Oh no. Oh no, he won't die. Alok did not go for Memento Mori. Oh, not Alok. Malcel didn't go for the Memento Mori talent. So, Genji was able to survive that. That's crazy. That was really good for us. I feel like we should have used this opportunity to just go all in on the core. But I guess we don't have heroes that do decent damage to it, right? Like we have Genji. I mean, Thrall would probably be the only... Thrall and Gul'dan would probably be the only people who would do damage to the enemy's core. Oh, this game is so hard. Like, things are just happening all over the place. I'm gonna time trap this boss, like, just time traps everywhere. Like, there is absolutely no way enemies should be able to contest this, because if they... Oh, you can't put time traps that close. Okay. I learned something new today. And there we go. It worked. It worked. It worked! Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. He would have used his Gust there, and maybe they would have stolen the boss. Like, not guaranteed, but maybe. And that possibility, just denying that possibility, oh my god, I feel so great about that. I feel like we need to just try to push this in, or like to try to bait the mistakes or something. Oh, they had it. What am I talking about? They don't even have Gust. So ignore my comment about them using Gust to prevent us from capturing the boss. But if they had Gust, that would be the time, like, when Falstad would steal the boss. Man, I'm not focused enough, I think. But I think it's okay. I think it's a-okay. Oh, how did he miss his corruptions there? Oh, that Malcel with the jukes. Ow. Like, Malcel is putting himself actually in very risky positions. Because, like, in that choke point, he would be very easy to kill. Triple kill! Oh, is that a real one? I think that's a real one. Quadruple kill! Oh my gosh, are we actually winning this? That's crazy. Just all in the core, team. Just all in the core. Come on, we are all alive. We can just end the game right here. Team, come on. Team, come on, please. Oh my gosh. Please, team! Jesus Christ, just go and hit it. Just hit it with all we have. This is like the best chance we would ever get this game. There we go, Thrall is tanking, that's exactly what we needed. And Alarak got feared, there we go, we won the game! Oh my gosh! Wow, this is amazing! I never thought that we would be able to win this. We had Probius, we had Chromie versus like super high mobile heroes. I have no idea how this happened. I feel like they didn't push hard enough on us, right? Like, they always were ahead, but they never really pressed their advantage too much. They were kind of, okay, we killed some of them, let's just leave them alone, right? Let's not get another keep, let's not get another turning, let's just leave them alone and just hang out. Like, do a mercenary camp or something, right? And it really hurt the enemy team in the long run, I feel like. Because they weren't able to secure the victory. Because they let us enough time to kind of come back into the game, and that's not how you want to be playing this map whatsoever. You just want to be constantly pushing your advantage, forcing enemies to making mistakes, and that's what we did actually. Like, in the end of the game, we kind of started kind of hunting them more or less, trying to force them into bad engages, and enemies did mistakes, and we were able to capitalize on them, and that was amazing, I think. I don't... If we even have some toxic chat, I think in this at the beginning of the game. I didn't read it, so I have no idea what happened there, but I'm glad that we kind of, you know what, we can win this, so let's win this, and we won this, so that was crazy. Oh, that was so amazing. Thrall even went for Earthquake versus a team that's very, like, has blinks, charges, things like that. Earthquake isn't really that great. Usually want to pick it up versus heroes like Chromie, like Probius, like Gul'dan, because they don't have an immediate escape. Like, they need to actually run for an escape. That's where the Earthquake shines. Whereas versus them, and a Sundering would bring Tracer to 70% health from 100, so that could be a potential kill. So I don't know why they went for Earthquake, but it kind of worked out, I think. Yeah, it actually worked. Like, it set up really good kills for us as a Chromie, because it slowed down the enemies like far enough to where like they thought that they were safe, so they weren't really trying to escape, and then, like, they were so damn slow that it was super easy to hit our skill shots. And we just snowballed from there. Oh, that was so crazy. This is such a dumb game. I'm glad that we won it. I'm really glad. So yeah, hopefully you can see the power of Chromie. Like, we weren't really able to be very effective with our time traps though. Like, sometimes, like, we hit some good ones, but not too much. Nobody was really trying to flank us though, right? The only times we would die is when we were in the front line, and like the enemies would kind of push their front line into ours, and like because of my positioning we would die. And at that point time traps don't really save you. You want to be staying like either in the middle of your team or on the very back line with the traps like all around you, right? And I usually was a front line for some reason, I don't know. So yeah, this is basically like the most defensive build you can go for as Chromie. At level 13 you might switch up your bye-bye for the timeout. Like, if we had a healer, if we had a tank, I would have probably gone for timeout for this game, because that's when like Tracer tries to dive me, they stun her, I drop my timeout, and like I help kill her, right? But like in a team full of assassins, bye-bye is probably your best bet to survive. So I tried to use that. Genji though, oh my god. Genji with the follow-ups on our like random damage, that was really good. Like, Genji and Chromie is a really good synergy. In fact, any sort of dive heroes that can easily assassinate people, like Greymane, Zeratul, Genji, heroes like that synergize really, really well as with Chromie, because as Chromie, what you're doing most of the time is just throwing out random skill shots, trying to do and doing like random damage to random enemy target. Your damage is huge, but you can never really guarantee any of it. So having a hero that can easily switch targets and immediately kill a person that just got hit by all of your skill shots are very powerful. And Genji, Greymane, Zeratul are excel at that. It's just like they can kill any target, right? As long as they are at low health, they can just dive them and kill them. And that's what you want on your team as Chromie. So that was actually really fun. And I think that's gonna be it. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.